This person was sitting around in their ego, being stubborn, maybe even being angry, like, oh, why aren't they doing what they're supposed to be doing? They are supposed to come to me. They are supposed to blah, 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 blah. Like, I've never had to do this. And so they sat at a crossroads for the longest time. I do feel like they were a little pissed off or frustrated because they've never had to do something before. So they were inexperienced. Maybe for some of you, like I said, it's to do with a car and a house. Maybe they felt like they needed a house and they needed a new car before they could be with you, which is ridiculous. But like I said, someone could be stubborn and rigid. This is how it has to be. You don't need to do it in that order. But maybe they didn't realize that. Or they want a relationship, or they want to be married. That could be why they think that they need a house and a new car, because they wanted to ask you to marry them. Again, it didn't have to be in that order. It doesn't need to be so hard. It doesn't need to be so difficult. You don't need to do it in that order, but they wanted to do it in that order. Okay, so they may be coming in with a big offer. So two things could be moving forward around the same time. There's something that you're pursuing in your career or some other area of your life. And it's the same thing. You may have not realized that you didn't need to do it in that order, that it was actually making things a lot harder for you. You may do it in a different order, or you may do something a different way, and it's going to be way easier for you. And it's all falling into place, and it's all amazing, and it's all happy. So it's like both of you are realizing you could have had something sooner had you just done something that was easy. It was easy to do, much easier than what you were doing. Like some of you are coming into blessings. You're coming into a home and a car and a business and money, whatever else you have going on. You may need to keep that secret because there's somebody that may be very vengeful. It's like they don't want someone to know their business. If they have a house, a car, if they're getting together with you, they want to propose to you. They don't want someone that they don't trust to know. They do feel, they suspect that this person is going to come in to try and destroy everything that they have. And they're not wrong. There is someone vindictive. They are plotting. They are waiting. They're strategizing. So I don't know who they were with previously, but that person kept them very stuck. And that person prevented them from growing as a person because they got stuck with this energy that never made them work on themselves. It never made them step up. They didn't have to because this person either was super obsessed, very clingy, very desperate. They just never needed to do this. And so they had this ego. I don't need to do that. You need to do that. And that's just not reality. You are a Queen of Pentacles. I don't think so. You want me, then you need to step up and come correct. So they realized that because you were not coming towards them and they were angry. They were frustrated. It pissed them off, but it was games. This is a game. And maybe they didn't realize that that was a game and that's immaturity, but now they do. Collective, welcome to your reading. Please keep in mind that these are generals, so not every message will be for you. Now we're going to jump into your channeled message. For you, collective, I'm seeing a mountain. Okay, there's a little man carrying some kind of a wheelbarrow or a wagon, and he's trying to push it up the mountain. Now, every time he gets up near the top, something happens where the wagon or the cart starts rolling back down the mountain. And I see him doing this multiple times. So trying to push it up and then having to wheel it down and then pushing it up and then he gets like rolled back down. So it's this constant struggle of trying to get to a certain destination, to a certain goal, to a certain place or time or I'm kind of getting like it's goals, accomplishments, because that's what mountains kind of represent for us when Spirit shows me mountains. It's accomplishments, it's achievements, it's goals. So there's something that you're trying to reach and you keep experiencing delays, obstacles that kind of set you back. Okay? It keeps setting you back, and it's like you keep trying to go up, and it's the same thing, the same results. You keep getting set back. And then I see this little guy saying, oh, aha. It's like he's getting an idea. And it's like he's guided to, instead of push the cart up the mountain, he's staying on the bottom of the mountain, and he's wheeling it around the mountain, the side of it. And then he's going to the back of the mountain, and he's trying to push the cart up from the back. So I see him doing that, and this way is a lot easier for him. I see him actually successfully pushing it up the mountain and going down the other side. So it's giving me a problem-solving energy. You may even be divinely guided. So Spirit may just plop this idea or this download into your mind one day of, aha, I don't need to go this way. I don't need to do it this way, or I don't need to go in this direction. I can actually do it a different way. I can go another way. Maybe do it backwards, in the backwards order. Like maybe you felt like you always had to do it in a certain order, or you have to do something first, and then you can go to the other side or the next thing. But you may not necessarily need to do it the way that you think that you need to do it. You may get guided divinely to go a different route, or go a different way, or go at it in a different method or way. Because on the other side of the mountains, I'm actually seeing steps. So there were actually steps on the back of the mountain. It's giving me the word easier. It's giving me the words meant to be. It's almost as if this was the actual side that you were meant to go up. You know, like let's say in an underground SkyTrain lot, there are steps. You know, there's like the electric steps, and then there's the steps that you walk up. Some of them are meant to go down. Some of them are meant to go up, or there's a side. One side is to go up. One side is to go down. You may have been going at it in the wrong side. You may have been doing it the wrong way, or doing it in the wrong order, or something about it, that it's actually like you were kind of going against the grain. You were going on the wrong path or the wrong way. Because the way that you're meant to go up is actually supposed to be easier for you. It's not supposed to be so hard or such a struggle. So if you're experiencing a lot of pushback or blockages and delays with something, it may be a sign that you may need to change it up, do something else, not necessarily give up the direction or the goal, but try a different way or a different method of doing it, okay? Because you may unknowingly be going on the wrong path, and that's why you're hitting these walls and these obstacles and getting these setbacks and the delays, and like you can never really reach the top, or you can never really reach your goal. So it's like the whole time you may have actually been going up the wrong side. Yeah, there's almost an energy of being a little stubborn, being a little rigid, maybe being very about the textbook way. Like textbook instructions, I need to follow it in this order. When, you know, you may think of that, and it's like there might actually be an easier way. You don't need to do 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. What if you went straight to 6? Get that ready, and then it's waiting for you up top at number 1. There's different ways to do things. You don't need to do things the way that you thought you needed to do them, or the way that you've been necessarily instructed to do them, unless it's like safety precautions or something. I feel like you might know what this is about. There's no set way that you need to do things. There's no set order that you need to do things. You can do things in a different order, okay? So you may be a little stubborn, and you may be like, no, I need to do it this way. I need to go up this side. I need to do it first, this first. No, you don't. You don't need to, and if you're experiencing blockages, it may be a sign. So ask your guides on what this may be about. You might have an idea of what this is about, but you may not know the alternative way to go. So ask your guides. You will be guided. And yeah, I'm getting an energy of once you do that, and I see this little guy like successfully going up, and then he goes down the other side. He's like, wow. I see an energy of so much easier, relief, accomplished, and quicker. So this is actually going to be a lot less resistance for you, and it's going to happen quicker, easier. You're going to feel relief because it's not as much work for you, and it's not as frustrating for you, and you're going to be more accomplished. So this is a great sign for you that you are doing things the right way. And if you're hitting blockages and you're getting set back a lot and you're never really reaching a certain goal, it may be a sign that you may need to change it up a little bit, go a different way, leave it, kind of let it sit, and maybe focus on another area that is going to give you a lot more results and accomplishments, and then you can go back to it or try this a different way. Okay? Yeah, it's an energy of like you were struggling for nothing. That's how you might feel when you do this. You might do it and you might get crazy results, and it's so much easier and it's less work and you make more money, or you get quicker results, and you might be like, holy crap, I should have done this a long time ago. Why didn't I? Why was I so set on doing it a certain way, or doing it in a certain order, or stuck on this one thing? You will feel like, wow, I struggled for nothing. I didn't need to struggle. I didn't need to try so hard. This didn't have to be so hard. Okay, you guys, so that's what I'm getting for you. We're going to get started and see what this reading is about. All right, collective, we're going to pull some oracles for you. We have 2 new oracle decks that we're going to be using in these readings. We have discernment. It says, all is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing and keep your dreams a secret. There is someone, there's an external energy that's being shown to me, and you guys may want to keep this DL secret from somebody. Could be on your end, or it could be on your person's end. We have worked through your fears with the new moon in Scorpio, and I accidentally pulled another Scorpio card. It says it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Wow. So we have strong Scorpio energy here today in this reading. The energy of Scorpio is in the reading, and some of you may have Scorpio placements. You may be dealing with someone who has them, or it's just the energy in the reading. So Scorpio energy can be mysterious, secretive. It can be very protective. It can be very stubborn. It can be defensive. It can also be vengeful as well. There's like a strategic energy with the Scorpio energy. And what else? We have intensity. We have emotional depth. We have trust issues that can arise with Scorpionic energy. And there's also like a very unwavering loyalty as well. Scorpion energy can be very monogamous. They're very loyal. They're very emotionally loyal as well. What else? Maybe a little bit struggling to open up, to be vulnerable, because they do protect themselves and they don't trust. So that's a weakness of Scorpio energy, which I kind of see here. So let's get started. So there is some fears that someone needs to work through, and it is time for someone to release negativity, and that may include external energies that they need to release. And on the negative side, you guys may also need to keep something very protected, because yeah, it's like stay true to your inner knowing. You know the truth about someone, or someone knows the truth about someone. Keep your dreams a secret. Do not tell the wrong people about what you're creating or what you're doing, because you know the character of these people. You know that they can be strategic, manipulative, jealous, which is part of Scorpionic energy. And they may be like, plotting They may plot to have like some kind of revenge because that's part of Scorpio energy. So keep that a secret from these people. Do not trust the wrong people. So starting off the reading, there is something that someone wants to pursue. They either are pursuing this or they want to pursue this. I'm getting a mutual energy. Like I'm getting that there could be something that you are pursuing. This is something that you're very passionate about. Things are about to turn in your favor with this. Something is about to take a sudden turn of events, and it's about to be very destined and lucky for you. And this is going to bring in a lot of happiness, okay? Things are finally going to be moving forward. You're happy because now you can move forward. So maybe things were stuck for some time. Now, with a love situation, I see somebody coming in to pursue you now that it is the right time. There's something about the right time, divine timing, or it's the right time. There's either a lot of happiness here because of this, but this can also indicate summertime. Maybe somebody could not take action until a certain month. Could be the month of Cancer season, could be the month of Leo season, maybe Gemini season. Gemini season is in June, because I'm kind of seeing like there's like this little planet and it's over here in the sign of Gemini. So for some of you, it will be Gemini season, but it can extend into Cancer season, maybe even Leo season, because the sun is Leo. So now that it's the right time, somebody can come and pursue and move forward. They may be able to travel towards you or you towards them. But also on a personal level, you know, there could be something that you're pursuing and that also starts to turn out for you. So I see that this is a very emotionally fulfilling new beginning. There could be a lot of emotions coming to the surface if it's to do with love. And finally, something is able to move forward. And I'm seeing somebody reflecting. So that's kind of that energy I mentioned where you're going to realize that, or someone is going to realize that they didn't need to struggle so much with this. They didn't need to be so scared. They didn't need to be, working so hard for this or struggling so much over this. It didn't need to be so hard. It's actually a lot easier than someone thinks. They just need to do something a different way, go another way. There's a bit of that rigid stubbornness with the Scorpio energy, like, no, it needs to be my way. I want to have the control. Or it needs to be this way. This is what I was taught. This is how it's always been. I'm always just going to do it this way. No, that's the wrong way to see it. And that could be something that your person needs to get through their head, or it could be something that you need to get through your head. You may not know what other way you can do something. If it's like a career, because some of you may have something on a personal level that you have been struggling with, and there could be this struggle to do with love as well. We have the Page of Wands today in the center of the spread, so there is a lot of focus on maybe drama, conflict, jealousy, competitive energies, which I kind of get like there could be karmics lurking around. But there's also immaturity here. Immaturity, there's inspiration, wanting to take action, being very creative, wanting to plant seeds. But there's also immaturity. So there could be immaturity with a lover that wants to come back. But there could also be immaturity in, it could be experience levels, it could be education levels, or the way you're thinking. I'm just getting inexperienced. It's like you don't realize that you can do something a different way, or someone doesn't realize that they are being immature in the way that they're thinking. With a love situation, it's like it didn't need to be so hard. This doesn't need to be struggle love. It can be easier. It can be faster. In fact, the right way and the right path will naturally flow together on its own. It doesn't have to be like this uphill battle all the time. So someone is realizing that, or they're going to, or they need to. In regards to love, I see that somebody will be coming forward. We have a King of Wands. Someone is finally coming forward to offer you love. They want a renewal and they want a relationship. This person may want a family with you. They may want to move in together. There's something around they felt that it had to be a certain way or a certain time. And it may have not necessarily needed to be this much of a struggle. So it's like they were waiting for the right time, and maybe that's just, there is no right time. You make it the right time. And some of you, maybe there is a certain reason why they had to wait for a certain time, like maybe it's summertime that they had to wait. It could have something to do with a vehicle. It could have something to do with a home for some of you. Maybe they don't have a vehicle, they don't have transportation to come see you, or they're waiting to get a house because they want to ask you to move in. They feel that they need to be able to buy a home and ask you to move in to be with you. Something, okay? They were putting a lot of restriction on themselves, and it didn't need to go in that order. It didn't really need to, and maybe that's part of their control issues with the Scorpionic energy. Someone could be quite stubborn. They could be quite proud, okay? This person could be quite proud, like, no, it has to be this way. It has to, I can't. But they didn't need to do it in that order, or they didn't need to wait this long, or they didn't need to be a huge struggle. Some of you, the struggle is because of immaturity. It could be immaturity and lack of experience when it comes to expressing emotions. And that's kind of what I got for the Scorpio energy. It's like Scorpio energy has a really hard time opening up. They have a really hard time being vulnerable. Now with release, time to release negativity and work through your fears, it's definitely to do with some kind of like pain, trauma, or trust issues that they have. They have this immaturity to them. Maybe they're arrogant, proud, stubborn. Maybe they're an angry person at times. They get angry and then they get stubborn. Whatever it is, like this person was being immature. It's like, I don't know how to express my emotions, or I don't want to express my emotions. I don't need to. I shouldn't have to. I've never had to before. But now they could be with someone different. You might need that. Scorpio energy needs emotional depth. They cannot have the superficial vibes. No. It cannot be shallow. It cannot be superficial. They need something deeper. And they need the trust. So in order to build trust, you need to be vulnerable. You just do. And you need to be loyal and faithful and all of that. You also need to commit, because the Scorpio energy needs commitment, like all in or nothing. So somebody was being immature. Maybe they were used to not being serious, playing around, dating casually, and they never had to, I don't know, level up, grow up, think a different way, do things a different way. They never had to, or they didn't want to. Something around that. It's like in order to move forward, this person needed to express their feelings. They might have needed to tell the truth, take accountability, give someone clarity, express how they feel, be vulnerable. I feel like it's a lot of you, it's vulnerability. That's what it's all about. And someone did not want to do this, or they were not experienced in this, which kind of gives me the impression that maybe they never needed to do that before. They could have been with someone who's very like attached, anxious attachment style. They won't leave and they won't go away, and they're clingy and they're desperate and they chase, and someone didn't need to put in work before. They never needed to work. They never needed to apologize or tell the truth. Someone would just go to them, chase them. There's something around a person around them that is very immature. They could be jealous. They could be combative. So it's like they never needed to do what they need to do for you. So they were inexperienced. They could even just be immature. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know how. I feel like they're inexperienced because we've got work through your fears. So they've got a lot of fears when it comes to being vulnerable. Maybe it's about looking weak, or it's about being rejected, or it's about being abandoned. Whatever their fears are, which they do have a lot of those. Could be a very scared person or insecure. And that could be the Page of Wands too. Maybe a little insecure, immature, inexperienced. In order to move forward, they had to express their feelings. And they were at a crossroads about this for the longest time. It's like we have the Wheel of Fortune, things moving in the right direction, something working in someone's favor, finally moving, or someone was waiting for the right time. And this person was sitting around in their ego, being stubborn, maybe even being angry, like, oh, why aren't they doing what they're supposed to be doing? They are supposed to come to me. They are supposed to blah, 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 blah. Like, I've never had to do this. And so they sat at a crossroads for the longest time. I do feel like they were a little pissed off or frustrated because they've never had to do something before. So they were inexperienced and they were stuck at this Page of Wands and King of Wands level. So they were at a crossroads for the longest time because they didn't feel it was the right time. Maybe for some of you, like I said, it's to do with a car and a house. Maybe they felt like they needed a house and they needed a new car before they could be with you, which is ridiculous. But like I said, someone could be stubborn and rigid. This is how it has to be. You don't need to do it in that order. But maybe they didn't realize that. So sitting here, trying to make a decision, should I not? What do I do when it comes to expressing emotions? I mean, it's because of immaturity. So they had some issues going on. I see them thinking about this, like when they have it, they come in, they offer you a relationship. Some of them are offering you to move in with them. Maybe they got a new home, or they want a relationship, or they want to be married. That could be why they think that they need a house and a new car, because they wanted to ask you to marry them. Again, it didn't have to be in that order. It doesn't need to be so hard. It doesn't need to be so difficult. You don't need to do it in that order, but they wanted to do it in that order. Okay, so they may be coming in with a big offer and they felt that it had to be a certain way. So they waited for the right time because they felt like until they had these things and until they were able to make up their mind on how they were going to express their emotions, they didn't want to come in. So when they come in and offer this to you, I do feel like there's a lot of happiness. Like, yes, finally, things are moving forward. Finally, we're together. We're in a relationship. I'm so happy this person is taking action. Finally, this is meant to be. Yeah, there's just a lot of happiness. Things are moving forward. We have the Chariot twice. So two things could be moving forward around the same time. There's something that you're pursuing in your career or some other area of your life. And it's the same thing. You may have not realized that you didn't need to do it in that order, that it was actually making things a lot harder for you. You may do it in a different order, or you may do something a different way, and it's going to be way easier for you. Both of you will be taking time to reflect on how you didn't need to do it in that order. You may reflect on how literally you didn't need to struggle. This didn't need to be so difficult and hard. So both of you will look back on that like, wow, I suffered because I felt I needed to wait, or I felt I needed to have this and this and this beforehand, or I was in my ego. I didn't want to express my emotions. All it took was taking a step in a different direction, and it's all falling into place, and it's all amazing, and it's all happy. So it's like both of you are realizing you could have had something sooner had you just done something that was easy. It was easy to do, much easier than what you were doing. So when you move forward, I do see that there is jealousy. There is someone that's jealous because they feel like someone has chosen you over them, or you have chosen someone else over them. Could be on your side, could be on your person's side. Someone is jealous. It does seem, well, I won't say it. I was going to say it seems to be connected to the King of Wands, but really it could be you, attached to you, or attached to them. It could be someone who is jealous because of the King of Wands, or they're jealous of the King of Wands. They don't feel picked, and they're jealous that someone is asking you to move in with them. Someone got a house, someone got a new car, and now they're with you. Or they're just jealous that someone is offering you a relationship, or that you have gotten into a relationship with someone. Maybe you are getting a new car. Maybe you are getting a new house. They're jealous. Some of you have a business and that's popping off too. And someone's jealous, like, how dare you have all these things? And now it's like you're giving it to someone else. They may feel a little possessive over you or your person. They feel entitled, possessive, that should be mine. How are you going to give that to someone else? They're just jealous. Yeah, someone did not pick them. And this person wanted to work things out. Okay, some of you, it's going to be a Queen of Wands that is jealous of a masculine coming towards you as a feminine. And others of you, you're masculine. Again, it could be a negative Queen of Wands, someone who's jealous and angry that you're giving all this stuff to some other female. Now, because your person is a King of Wands, I feel that you are a Queen of Wands as well, or you're the King of Wands, your person is a Queen of Wands. There's still some fiery, jealous person on the outside. But yeah, they are upset. They wanted to work things out, or they wanted to collab with you on something, or collab with your person on something. I am seeing that it could be the house and the car, because this little Page of Wands, who is a jealous person, is looking up at the Four of Wands, which is also across from the Chariot. Like, this person is looking at the house and they're looking at the car. They're jealous of that. Some of you, there is no house and no car. It's a relationship that is moving forward. They're still jealous of that. So, yeah, they wanted to be with someone because they wanted access to these things. Or they just wanted to be with someone. So, yeah, you guys will be reflecting. This could have gone a lot faster. It could have been easier had you just told each other how you felt. You guys would have been able to work things out. And this person is thinking about you. If you're a feminine, it's like they're thinking of like, wow, I should have just expressed my feelings and told them I wanted to work things out, and then I would have been with this person. Because I feel like you want them to, or this person wants you to. So some of you are scared, or your person is scared. Oh no, like, what if they reject me? What if they don't want me? I need to have a car and a house to win them over. I need to have this and I need to have that. Because they're insecure and they're inexperienced. All they needed to do was express their feelings. That's all they needed to do to work things out with you. They didn't need to do all this stuff and wait all this time, and both of you suffered and both of you wanted each other and you had to wait. It didn't have to be this hard. That's what I'm getting for this reading. It's funny. It is kind of funny. So in the outcome, we have the Three of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Death. Again, it's like there was so much pain. You guys suffered. You guys suffered in anguish over not being together, wanting each other. And it's like at the end of the day, you guys are getting what you want. Wish fulfillment. And it's like all they needed to do was change something. Change their mindset. Change the way that they're thinking. Change the way that they think they need to do something. Do something different. Open your mouth. Express your feelings. Be vulnerable. That's all they needed to do was change something. And it's like all this suffering, all this struggling for nothing. Same with you. If you have something that you're working on, you're pursuing, and it's not really going in the direction you wanted, and you're just hitting roadblocks and obstacles and setbacks, you suffered for no reason, because you were always going to get this success. You were always going to get what you wanted. All you had to do was change something. So I really hope that you guys are able to figure out what this is, because if it's so easy, it kind of seems like it's right in front of your face this whole time. It's something that is very obvious, or it's something that's very logical, very practical. It's almost like, I don't know if I'm trying to think of the right analogy to use. It's almost like you're trying to get the power on, and you're looking for something, or you're trying to do it a certain way. You're trying to get in contact with the electricity company and all this stuff and hunt them down and blah, blah, blah. And the whole time, all you needed to do was flip the switch on. Maybe the power went off. Why isn't the power on? Go into the fuse box and do the fuses. It's right there. It's so easy, but you didn't know. You're trying to, flip the switch. It's not working. You're trying to call the company. Why isn't it working? Trying to check if you paid your bill. And the whole time, it's something simple and it's something easy. So I hope that you guys are able to figure that out. Let's look at the external energies now. Oh, I forgot the oracle cards, you guys. Damn. So let's pull some oracle cards. Not too. All right, so oracles. We've got soulmates. It says soul connection, partnership, agreement, and soul contract. Okay. And what else? We have twin flames. It says yin and yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. Awesome. Yeah, so you guys definitely have a union coming. This is about union. This is about love. Two people that mirror each other. Maybe you guys mirror each other's insecurities and wounds and triggers, because that's what twin flame is about. Twin flame can be rare, but I feel like twin flame dynamic is the story of the divine masculine, divine feminine. When two divine counterparts come together, you will naturally activate each other and trigger each other, and there's work to be done. You need to heal before you come into union. Otherwise, there may be separation, and then you spend time apart, and you have to recalibrate yourselves and then come back and try again. And if you don't do the work, you're going to keep, separating, coming back, separating, and it's tiring. You don't need to do it that way. It doesn't need to be struggle love. Just heal, just work on yourself, or just be vulnerable. Now let's get one of these. We have Malakali. So it says you can trust what is happening now will give way to a new expression when the time is right. The right time will be the best time, when your readiness matches the requirements for success. Attend to your work with determination and hope in your heart. Trust that the divine is taking care of everything else. Your progress is spiritually protected. Wow. So maybe there is a right time for something. Somebody seems to feel like it wasn't the right time, or they need to wait until a certain time. I don't know. It's kind of contradictory, because I feel like they didn't need to do things in that order. Or maybe it's just that they could have just been vulnerable. They could have just came to you directly and said, hey, I want to work things out. I want to be with you. And they couldn't do that. They felt that they need to do this and this and this. But maybe for some of you, they needed to. Maybe there was things that they needed to do, and there was a right time for something. The right time will be the best time, when your readiness matches the requirements for your success. So that's how this person feels, like they would rather wait until they had everything that they needed to come forward so that they can have a successful outcome. I feel like deep down, they didn't need to do all of this. They could have just went through an easier way to do it, which is just to be vulnerable with you. but they chose the hard way. Okay, so they may think about that. I do see you guys thinking about that. Like, we didn't need to do it this way. Or I didn't need to struggle so much. It wasn't really that hard. But whatever. If they want to get a house and a car before they come forward, that's on them. That's their choice, right? I don't think you'll complain. That seems pretty great. So, external energies now. We have the Five of Swords. Here is that nasty, conniving, immature person that you need to be aware of. You guys need to be careful with this person. Like, some of you are coming into blessings. You're coming into a home and a car and a business and money, whatever else you have going on. You may need to keep that secret because there's somebody that may be very vengeful. They may be somebody who schemes and plots. So you will have jealous people or someone who is jealous. That person may come forward with drama. They may come forward with some kind of obstacles. And that is why somebody was waiting. Somebody may have needed to wait because of that karmic person that they had around them. They needed to release the negativity. So they may have needed to clear something out, wait until they were free of somebody, getting rid of someone in their life. And we have the Sun. Exactly. That's why they waited. So there is a lot of things going on with this person. They needed this person gone, removed, okay, because they are a threat to their happiness. And they wanted to come in and surprise you with, like, maybe a house and a car, or ask you to move in with them, you know, asking for a renewal of love, but something big and, you know, grandiose, or something substantial that they want to present you with. And they can't do that with this person around them, so they need to get rid of the person, and then they want to get the stuff. So there is a reason why they were waiting. And again, the Sun can talk of Leo season or the summer, which can be anywhere from, let's say, Gemini season until Leo season. Or maybe even like the end of or the beginning of Virgo season, because it's still kind of like summer vibes. The Page of Swords. So someone is watching. Someone does watch. There could even be an energy here that gossips, that watches, that stalks. So that's why they need to be careful. Ooh, there could be an energy that stalks a feminine. This could be you, Divine Feminine. You could be Queen of Pentacles. Very secure within yourself, successful, business-minded. You take care of your home, your family, and you are someone that is either committed or you're a very committed, loyal person. Someone stalks you, or they will stalk you. So someone wants to keep you safe. They want to keep all of this safe from this person. They don't trust this person, and they want to protect you from this person. Somebody's very vengeful and petty. And the Knight of Cups. So they want to express their feelings to you. They watch you as well. Your person watches you. It's like they want to tell you how they feel. There's something about maybe this person ghosted you, blocked you, and it could have been out of anger. There could have been someone that they ghosted and blocked out of anger. There could be someone that they've had to shut out. They had to get rid of somebody. I feel like they may be explaining to you why they might have walked out on you, abandoned you, or cut you out or ghost you. There's definitely anger, pride, ego, arrogance here. And it's immaturity. They should have just told you how they felt. The Eight of Cups. And there's also an energy that is very jealous because he is moving on. And so he had to remove you or hide you or get rid of this person first. Because someone's very jealous that they are moving on with their life. Actions and intentions. Actions. We have a lot of overthinking and intentions. The Tower. Yeah, this person is going to want to cause conflict. They're going to want to cause a tower moment. So there's someone that they don't trust, and they want to protect you and protect this from them. So they may even want to keep things hidden and secretive, okay? That's part of Scorpio energy, keeping things hidden and secretive. They're very mysterious because they're very protective. This person, they may not want to, it's like they don't want someone to know their business. If they have a house, a car, if they're getting together with you, they want to propose to you. They don't want someone that they don't trust to know. They do feel, they suspect that this person is going to come in to try and destroy everything that they have. And they're not wrong. There is someone vindictive. They are plotting. They are waiting. They're strategizing. And they are that type of person. They're strategic, maybe narcissistic. So this person is very aware of that. We've got, I twist the truth with them. I hide things. Yeah, somebody needs to be very careful with someone in their life. An external energy, a third party, a karmic. Your person or you know this person very well, or they know this person very well, and they cannot be honest with this person about anything. At least about anything good in their life. They know not to share good news with that person, and they know to not get this person in their business, because this person will absolutely try to sabotage. It says, I don't know how you've taken some of the things I've done. The same things would have destroyed me. So there's an energy of them feeling horrible for what they did. I kind of feel like they may have cut you out suddenly. They may have ghosted you. They may have been quite egotistical. They may have even gotten very angry, and they just feel horrible. Like they know that if you had done it to them, they probably wouldn't have been able to recover. They feel that you may be very angry with them. You may not want anything to do with them. And that's kind of why they feel that they need to, offer you something big. Because they know if they were in your shoes, they probably wouldn't forgive. Okay? They might have acted some way, spoken to you some way, treated you some way. And they know if someone had treated them like that, oof, they would probably hold on to it with the Scorpio energy. So they know that if they want you successfully to take them back, they feel that they want to come in with something substantial. So it could be a home, a car, and they may want to marry you. They want a family for some of you. They may want to start a family. So they feel like they need to present you with a home, and they need to have a nice car or something. I don't know. There's something around that. May not necessarily be both a house and car. It could be one or the other, or they want to marry you. But I feel like if they want to marry you and they want a family with you, it makes sense that this person would want to get a house and a car. It really does. And we have still hurting from the past. So this person still was healing from their past, and that could be why they sabotaged. They acted very immaturely, and yeah, that's what they needed to realize, that they need to do something differently. It's not that hard. Just be vulnerable. So they want to explain why. Okay, it says, you're unmoved. It frustrates the hell out of me. Standing in your power, self-esteem intact, confidence still standing, and games not working. Look at that. So they were frustrated with you because you weren't coming to them. You weren't chasing them. You were unmoved because you have respect. And you have a lot of experience, collective, and I don't feel that they have as much experience in relationships or love as you do. So I don't know who they were with previously, but that person kept them very stuck, and that person prevented them from growing as a person because they got stuck with this energy that never made them work on themselves. It never made them step up. They didn't have to, because this person either was super obsessed, very clingy, very desperate. They just never needed to do this. And so they had this ego. I don't need to do that. You need to do that. And that's just not reality. You are a Queen of Pentacles. I don't think so. You want me, then you need to step up and come correct. So they realized that because you were not coming towards them, and they were angry. They were frustrated. It pissed them off, but it was games. This is a game. And maybe they didn't realize that was a game and that's immaturity, but now they do. So they're doing it differently now. I hold so much inside. That's part of Scorpio energy. They do hold and they do repress a lot of things inside. It is very hard for them to be vulnerable and open up. And we have trauma taking it out on you. Exactly. So they realize that. It's like they had all these insecurities, these wounds, these doubts, these trust issues, maybe anger from the past, and they just took it out on you. You know, they've been holding on to this past hurt that they were still healing from. And yeah, they totally took it out on you. They made you pay for it, and that's just not fair to you. But this person is becoming self-aware, and they realize all of this. Yeah, it's like you've made them change their ways. You made them change their mentality, their mindset. You have no idea just how special you really are to me. Yeah, you are so special to this person. You're like a catalyst. You've brought in so much change, and you've made this person grow. Whereas I feel like the ex that they had kept them stuck at like a lower, lesser version of themselves. They never had to do any of this before, so they became entitled. And now they realize that they need to drop that. They're not going to get anyone good if they don't step up and work on themselves. They need to drop the ego. They need to drop the pride. They need to drop the arrogance. If you treat someone bad or you don't bring anything to the table really, nothing of value, inconsistency, games, disrespect, who in their right mind are going to chase you? Maybe your toxic ex will, who is desperate, but a person of value is not going to do that. And how much do you want to bet that the toxic karmic ex isn't a prize? They're not a prize. They're not loyal. They're not faithful. They're not honest. They're not. So is it worth the price? You know, you get to sit back and have someone obsess over you and chase you, and you don't have to lift a finger. Great, that's awesome. But is this person worth it? Most likely they're not. So if you want someone who is worth it, someone of value, then you do need to meet them at their level. So this person is realizing that now. You really have taught this person quite a bit. And we have, I can't shake this connection or this feeling. Yeah. Your connection with this person is very strong. You've made them feel things that they've never felt. You've opened up their mind. You've opened up the way that they think. They just were not able to shake this. And as much as they would have loved for you to break first and you to chase, you were never going to do that. You could also have that stubborn, rigid energy. No, I'm not going to do it a different way. So it worked for you. Just remember to maybe use your brain power and your creativity if you are stuck with your career. If you're hitting roadblocks and blockages in your career, brainstorm on how you can do it differently. Or maybe do you need to do it in that order? You can do a different thing and then it can lead to the other thing. Or ask your guides. I feel like they will help you. So now let's do independent energy for you. Independent energy. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So you are invested. You are also nurturing your crops. So you are nurturing something that you've been investing your time in. And it could be something that was stuck at a Page of Pentacles level, or you felt like you were stuck at the beginning stages. Or you could be nurturing something new, something that is starting out. at the beginning stages. And you could feel a lot of sadness because of this. Like it just wasn't growing. You were nurturing this, you were investing, you were putting a lot of time, energy, and money into this, and it was just not lifting or taking off. It was stuck at the beginning phase. So this frustrated you. It made you so sad. It maybe devastated you. You might have cried tears over this, like so much frustration. Why is it not moving? And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, it's like all of a sudden you come into everything that you want and you're emotionally fulfilled with your person. So again, there's that reflection energy. It's like, wow, I really suffered and I didn't need to. This was easier than it seemed. All that we needed to do was communicate, or all I needed to do was change something up. You're going to be looking back like, wow, I was suffering so much for nothing. It didn't need to be like this. It didn't need to be so hard. You know, I also feel like you are invested and someone is going to be reaching out to you. They do have regrets. They're going to tell you that they have regrets. And just like that, that's all they needed to do. All they needed to do was open up, express themselves, tell you what they want. And you wanted it too. And look, now you're going to have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Some of you are coming into a windfall of money here, and maybe that's what makes your project or something that you were pursuing move forward. Now you can move forward with it. There's that. And the Magician, you manifested this. There's also an energy that wants to manipulate and manifest drama, chaos, and conflict. Okay, so there is somebody that's trying to do that. There could be someone doing spell work to try and do this. Yeah, it almost looks like spell work. It could be for some of you. If it's not spell work, it's kind of the same thing. Like they're trying to manipulate. They're trying to cause drama in this new beginning. Yeah, here's that Queen of Wands. It could be a pesky, jealous, angry Queen of Wands who has found out the truth that there is a masculine and he is committed and faithful and loyal to somebody. And he has gone back to the person that he loves, or you have gone back to the person that you love, and someone feels rejected, disappointed. They weren't seeing things clearly. They thought that you guys were going to move past things together and be back together. But someone is like, yeah, it's just not. That's not reality. So you could have an ex, or they could have an ex who, yeah, this person is a drama queen or a drama king. And when they find out about you guys being together, oof, be prepared. They're going to try to cause drama. So definitely don't add fuel to the fire. You may not want to show things. Keep it to yourself because, yeah, they may try to come in and screw up with it. Screw something up for you. So now let's get some blessings for you. Blessings. Energy returns. It says people returning your effort, your love, etc. Getting what you give. Returns in energy spent. It says replenished, reciprocation, and renewal. So you're going to start to get what you've been putting out. If you've been putting out like vulnerability and communication and patience and maturity, someone is going to match you. They're going to be giving you back what you give. We have improving health. It says increased quality of life, enjoying life, feeling better than ever, and improve happiness and freedom. So those of you that have had little minor health problems, or it could be major health problems, nagging health concerns, little issues, you will start to see those improve, probably around the summertime. Okay? And we have strength. It says unbothered and buff. feeling mentally, emotionally stronger, getting stronger physically, things no longer affecting you anymore, and muscle growth. So this is for those of you that are working out. Maybe you have a goal. You've been trying to gain muscle. Maybe you want your arms to get more toned. Maybe you want a more toned ab section. Maybe you want a more toned butt. You are going to have results with that around that time as well. I see you growing muscle, getting more defined muscle, and also becoming stronger mentally and emotionally as well. So that's awesome. That's the first time I've gotten this blessing so far. So that's your reading, you guys. I really hope that this resonated for you. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and hit the bell so you can be notified when I post new videos. Thank you.